Imagine you were born a 10 out of 10 with good looks, as in you had a perfect jawline, perfectly symmetrical eyebrows, and the abs of Jesus. Stole that one from 500 Days of Summer. But for whatever reason, you had a terrible haircut, and you never knew it. And then you turn 30, and you think, you know what, maybe it's time I should switch up my haircut. You go to the barber, it gives you a new haircut, and this haircut perfectly reveals you're now 10 out of 10 good looks. So why am I telling you this made-up story about a man with a terrible haircut? Well, the point is to highlight that a lot of guys tend to do things that subtract from their overall attractiveness, and they don't even realize it. So the purpose of this video is to solve and run through the 10 biggest mistakes that I see guys making in terms of styling and appearance. I am guilty of all of these 10. So with that in mind, let's jump into tip number 1, or I should say mistake number 1, because I'm actually going to give you the tips on how to rectify it. Because if I just told you what was wrong, then that would be only half of the full potential of what I have to offer to you in the video. And what good would that be? That's like having half a sandwich. It's like the people that go to Subway and order a half a sub. What do you call it? The 6-inch sub. Like, why? Why do people do that? Wearing more than 3 colors in an outfit. What are you, a rainbow? Why are you doing this? I don't know what more I can say. Just keep it simple, 2 to 3 colors maximum. Less is really more. Mismashing formal, smart casual, and casual. It's like going to a restaurant and ordering spaghetti, noodles, and quiche. It's like, bro, you have quiche with salad. You have noodles with some sort of Asian dish, and you have spaghetti with bolognese. So don't put formal suit shoes with casual jeans and a smart casual polo shirt. It's just a mismatch. It doesn't work. Maybe if you're 67 it works, but if you're 67 you're probably not watching this video. So to keep it simple, just figure out where you're going and what the occasion is, and make sure that every item of clothing fits the category of the occasion. Wearing invisible socks that are not invisible, as in if you're wearing loafers, don't have little black half invisible socks poking out, because they're not invisible and it looks like you're wearing socks that you just got the wrong socks on. Like, it's not make or break, but it subtly just undermines the fact that you're going to wear loafers. Loafers are cool, and the no sock look is kind of cool and badass. But when you put socks with it, it takes away from the corners. So don't be uncool and wear invisible socks that are not visible. Oh, I'm most certainly guilty of this one. Wearing, or rocking, I should say, a unsuitable haircut. And a lot of guys, they just go to the barber and they get standard skin fade. And that might not work with your style, your shape of face, and your look. You can literally go on to Google, figure out what type of face shape you have, and type in best haircut for that face shape. And in terms of haircuts, like, make sure you have a fresh haircut. When you need a haircut, get a haircut. That's the end of tip 4. Having a complexion that resembles that of a Oompa Loompa due to excessive time on sunbeds. Need I say any more? Next is wearing clothes that are not fitted, are not doing you any favors. They're not the right fit for you. No, it's okay, I get it. You go to the gym, you're a big guy. You're 9 months into a bulk. You've got some moderately developed triceps, but your gut is a little blown out because you're stuffing carbs down every 2 hours because you think that you're Ronnie Coleman. T-shirts that are too small, they look like you're wearing a t-shirt too small. I can't condone it. However, I would encourage you to keep up the tricep development. Ronnie would be proud. 7 is wearing clothes that are old and a little bit faded. If your clothes look like they're from 1973, consider replacing them with some updates. And it's really annoying, I know, when you buy like a nice vibrant color, you put it in the wash and then the color runs. There's not much way of really getting around that unless you do a super cold wash or you hand wash it. Wearing trainers that look older than you. Wearing Air Force Ones that are brown and more faded than Snoop Dogg on a Friday night is not something that you should be aspiring to. buy a new pair. Even if you've got some really cool designer trainers and you're like, yeah, but these are designer and they look awesome. If they're really faded, then you look like a guy wearing old faded designer trainers. When they start to lose their color, yeah, they lose the whole snap, the whole pop of them, the whole thing that made them cool in the first place. And this is the same for any leather shoe. Sometimes the leather gets really creased. Best thing you can do is get those little things that slide into the shoe to keep the shape, or you can keep the wrapping that comes with that and stuff that into the shoe, or maybe put some socks in there. But the point is, look after your shoes and your shoes will look after you, although they won't. Not dressing practically. We all know that guy whenever it's like a cold winter's night, he always comes in just a t-shirt, jeans and trainers. And he's like, oh man, I'm freezing. It's like, bro, you didn't bring a coat. Like, why? Now, if you're anything like me and you have the legs of a baby giraffe, it is imperative that you get some of your items of clothing tailored, because if you do not, then it's just going to look off proportionally. And people will be saying, hey, bro, have you got a note for them shorts? Because your trousers are too short, or they're too long, or they're too baggy. And when something's perfectly fitted, it sends such a signal of, I know what I'm doing, I'm sophisticated. And it's something that is like the secret weapon of all designers. Whenever they have their models going down the catwalk, they're in the back of the show, doing the little tailoring to make it look as perfect as possible. So hopefully this video gave you some insight in how to prove your overall style. If you have any fashion errors or styling errors that you often see, why not put it in the comments and stop others from making those same mistakes? It's been a pleasure, guys. I will leave you for the next one. Oh, and watch this video when it pops up.